So, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. We are in one of the mountains here next to where I'm planning on being when shit hits the fan. And I'm kind of sharing with you what it's like to be up here. And if you're going to use a bicycle as part of your equipment to get around, some things you might want to think about, especially if you're going to be working as a team, and or if the bicycle is part of a group that's walking. These are just some of the things you might want to think about as we're going around. But anyway, okay, we're not even to the top of the mountain, but these are logging roads, and you'll find a lot of old logging roads when you're up in most mountains. Now, something you need to remember when you are following roads or paths and stuff like that, you all the time got to be vigilant on what's around you. And we're really moving too fast. You should be going, walking speed. We're probably about the maximum you want to go. Whoa. Now, with the electric bike, it makes it a whole lot easier pushing this thing, because you're not pushing. You just kind of hang on and let it pull you up. But I say, remember when you are going, every curve or every top of the hill, you may come into a clearing or somebody's campsite, and that's where we're at right now. And you don't drive into somebody's campsite or a clearing. When you come in, as you can see, we're in a clearing, and this is a deer hunting place. So you don't bring your group in, but you may want to say something, not real loud, but just say, "Anybody home?" or something like that as you come into a clearing. Or you may not. You may want to just be quiet and see, but there may not be anybody in that clearing. And like I say, when you first come in, like I'd be the first bike coming in, I make sure everybody stops behind me so I can do an easy check to see if it looks like there's anybody here. And we may want to stay here for the night. I don't see any water, but it's a clearing. We may want to do it here. That's where we came in. We may want to stay in the clearing, or we may want to stay off the clearing, off to the side, and out into the woods there. So this is something we'll determine. And then, like I say, I've came to the conclusion there's no one here. Doesn't appear to. So I would hand signal for somebody else to come in and help me. And then as we start coming in, there'll be more and more of us coming in. See up there? There's some kind of clearing there. That might be just a mudslide came through there or something. But I don't know. We're gonna take a look here. And I say so. The people that are coming in behind me. First, there'll be 2 or 3 of us over here looking around, and then more will come in, and they will stay on the on the trail part right there, back in the trees. Probably flank, go off to the sides over there, and kind of maybe 1 or 2 go off over on this side. And just to make sure we're not walking right amongst others. And then I say, as they start coming in, then more and more of us come in. Women and children can start coming in after we've pretty much determined we're pretty much clear. And then now this could apply to this thing here. If we were to, I don't even know if it's locked. Yeah, it's locked. If we're hard up enough that we break into it, breaking into anything makes us a criminal. We're refugees just moving. Now, if we were to break into that building, that would make us a criminal. Okay, now, one thing is we need the shelter, we need whatever, so that's why we would go in there. And if that's the case, I would leave a silver coin and a note, and let them know I'm sorry about breaking in, but we needed the shelter, and I'm with women and children, or just explain the situation somewhat in a note. And this way I feel like I have done my moral best. And I say I sure wouldn't destroy anything other than, like I say, the lock trying to get in. And that's only if it's a must. I have to get into. I need to get in this shelter. So, but these are things that you'd want to think about when you come in to an area. And I say now what we do is just start checking the whole place out, find out if there's any water. No telling, so we need, we'll put up, if it looks like it's going to be a pretty much safe place. Nobody's been here, and we'll be going up on the mountain there, look around the area, because there might be a house just right there. We don't know what's around us. But as we're going around and we're searching all this area around us, we may want to put up some snares to catch some kind of critters or something, and prepare for the long haul, especially if there's water up here. I don't know, but if there's water up here, then this might be a good place to spend a couple, 2 or 3 days, get some rest before you move on, and that will give us a chance to send patrols out and see what's around us. And that's why you want to have maps and compasses and stuff like this. Maps will help you locate roads, whether you want to be on the road or you want to go along parallel with the road. But you need to know where these roads are. So that's why you would have the maps. And compasses, so like I say, you get in here, and like today is cloudy. It'd be hard to figure out which way is north and south and all that kind of stuff. So that's why you need a compass and learn how to use all this stuff. But like I say, this is just one way of traveling, and I just wanted to give you some kind of ideas, something to think on, and be prepared to do what you got to do. Also, when we are going to be staying here, we will have what the military calls them fire watch, and we'll have people up all night long that will be just checking out the area and making sure everything's okay. I don't know if I would, have one bunch of people staying over there, another bunch over there, another bunch over there, another bunch over there. I don't know if I would do that, or I would have them all together. These are just, when you get spread out, it gets a little scary. When you're all bunched up, it gets a little scary. So these are things that you need to think on. And do you have a fire? Do you make a fire? Don't forget, the smoke, the smell will give away your location. So unless you're ready to defend your location, you probably don't want to give out your location. And but anyway, these are just some things to think about. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.